What? What could it be?
Shoe mic. It's like the mic.
So today we're gonna be talking about the live action How to Train Your Dragon, and it's gonna be. This is gonna be a keeping it short, hopefully.
Wait, that's not the music anymore.
You're so low on your mic, bro.
How about now?
You're still so low.
Put me up. Pull me up. Pull me up. Pull me up. Pull me up. See,
dude, turn my mic up, and then I'm gonna scream into my mic. See, now you're too loud.
All right.
I hate you so much.
This will be the talk. This is my talking level.
I hate you.
Don't
so
blame
much,
the
bro.
shoe mic.
You're so loud. You're so loud.
How about now? If I get backwards, am I better?
That's fine. I guess.
I'll be talking like this.
I can't believe. I just can't believe this.
Oh my gosh, get over it.
You're so annoying.
We don't have mic stands. We're broke. Out of college kids.
Okay, well.
Okay, anyway, let's go. Keeping it short.
I'm not even gonna put any of that in the actual episode.
No way. Please.
No, I don't want to.
You're gonna not touch the edit.
Okay, bro.
Keeping it short. How to Train Your Dragon. Let's keep it. How about is that a cool tagline? Should we go? Let's keep it short.
I guess.
And then someone just goes, they've been talking for 3 minutes.
I can't work with this guy.
Shoe mic.
Shoe mic.
I'm gonna take a picture and we can put this on the Instagram.
Go ahead, you can do that.
Like the bozos we are. That's what we used to do. We used to like actually post pictures of ourselves when recording instead of just like the thumbnail.
Yeah, I mean,
and now this will be keeping it short. Okay.
No, we're not keeping it short anymore. So seriously,
how long? Like what? What's the time?
I don't know. We're at like a minute.
I think we can still keep it short.
50 seconds. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Keeping it short.
Keeping it short.
All right, but yeah, what movie are we talking about today?
Short form content. What? Oh, How to Train Your Dragon,
like
the live action.
Keeping it short.
I'm not saying short form content. It's like a 30-minute thing. It's not short form.
All right. Well, if it's 30 minutes is still pretty short.
Oh, no.
Okay, anyway.
No.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
How to Train Your Dragon,
How to Train Your Dragon.
But not the animated one.
No.
This one.
Live action.
Technically live.
Technically, it's a live action movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah, we went to see the How to Train Your Dragon live action. And I gotta say, I liked it. And I think we said, we're gonna do number scores and stuff first, and then we'll jump into like the discussion. But like, just for those who don't understand, I mean, I don't know how you can't, because this is like probably the biggest marketed movie besides like the Minecraft movie this year. How to Train Your Dragon, the DreamWorks film that came out 15 years ago. Crazy, we're old. Is getting a live action remake. This is the first.
Oh my gosh.
Remake for DreamWorks. Disney's been doing it for a bit. But luckily, all the bad what's it called? All like the bad rep
or like the bad like association with live action movies
from Disney is they're doing it different.
Starting to rub off on a lot of other movies too, which I don't blame anybody.
But DreamWorks was like, hey, we've heard your concerns and we're gonna help you out. So we're gonna get the same director, same writer, and he's basically gonna do the movie again. Yeah, and
I will say just something to note here, guys. I do believe that they want to take it a different route than the original trilogy.
Yeah. Because it's saying they might make the second one a bit different.
Yeah, it just might be a bit different whenever they actually get into shooting and stuff, and the story just might evolve into something different. So it's almost like a new piece of media, but this first movie stays very close to the original, and I feel like it's worth saying that, like, honestly, it just works. It works as it is. It's just a movie that like can exist on its own, and I think it's going to reintroduce a lot of people to How to Train Your Dragon in like a really positive way. The overall score that I ended up giving it for my number score is going to be an 8.
Agree.
Out of 10. I think we both give it an 8 out of 10. Now, the original movie, mind you, the first How to Train Your Dragon animated series, the very, 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 very first animated movie that this one is just a rip of.
Hmm.
We gave it both like a 9, a 9.5.
Yeah. Pretty near perfect
Yeah,
movie.
pretty near perfect movie. Great launch to a franchise. It is a very beloved franchise, and I don't think any of the movies really miss.
I haven't seen the third one.
It's good. I
I
liked it. I watched it in theaters.
I will say I'm a bit of a stickler for the second one. Crazy, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna rewatch them and give it a feeling. But yeah, the first one though, like
I feel like
solid.
they're all like at least they're all over like 6s, which for a franchise is
They're all
pretty
good movies.
Yeah, they're all good movies, and I'm excited to see what they do with the live action stuff. But when it comes down to it, How to Train Your Dragon has a winning formula, I believe, for what can be turned into a live action movie. And interestingly enough, we didn't go and watch Lilo and Stitch, but I would argue that Lilo and Stitch fits the same criteria, and it's been really interesting seeing people enjoy the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon and not enjoy Lilo and Stitch. And we have a direct comparison now between what is a good live action movie versus what is a bad one from two rival companies. And it's really interesting seeing How to Train Your Dragon get so much love after being live action, because I feel like it's still probably mixed reviews, but like,
Oh, this one?
yeah,
I think
I feel like is it overwhelmingly positive?
overwhelmingly looking at Letterboxd alone. I mean, on Rotten Tomato, I think it's in like the high 90%, like 95 plus. But I think in Letterboxd, it's averaging like an 8 to 10, which
Nice.
but like you see like the overall score, and then like the top comments are always like a bit lower, but like even for most people it's still cracking around like a 6.5, and
Yeah.
that's 6 is still a good score. And I think people are like, because I mean it's how I kind of put it in my rating. I was like, it's like, this movie just did it for me. Like obviously, is it because the source material was so good, the music, everything? Probably. But even though it's like a cover of, or like a transcription of the OG movie, this movie just still slaps. And I can't just like knock it points because it's a transition, because
Yeah.
I've done that. Like I've knocked points for the live action Lion King. That movie was dull and different, but this one made me still feel something.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, I felt the same way that I felt back when I was a kid watching it. And that might be nostalgia speaking, of course.
Right.
But nostalgia wouldn't be a factor if the movie wasn't good.
Right.
I wouldn't even have the luxury of feeling nostalgia towards it if it was bad like The Lion King is. I felt no nostalgia towards The Lion King. And
Right.
I think it's very interesting because one thing that they did that was overwhelmingly a good thing is it was all real locations.
All
And also
practical
all the
sets, yeah.
stunts are real.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they gave up on the movie and just made it like a CGI fest.
Yeah.
The only thing that is CGI are the dragons, and we only ever see like a handful of dragons on screen at any given point. And it's that original story where Hiccup shoots down a monstrous, or not a monstrous Night Fury. It's just a Night Fury, right?
Like the mysterious, no one's ever seen.
Yeah, the Night Fury. Monstrous Nightmare is what I was thinking. I mixed those two up, which is really funny. But the Night Fury, and after finding it crashed in the woods, he was gonna kill it to kind of prove to his father and his village that he could be a Viking. But through understanding and befriending this creature that he saves, he realizes that he doesn't want to be a Viking. He wants to be someone who can coexist with dragons. And we get this beautiful retelling of this story that is itself an adaptation of a book. And it's not a faithful adaptation to the book, which is very interesting.
I think I saw something about that. It was like, because I did not know that until this year, that it was retelling. And it was basically like, all they really took from the book was like some of the breeds of the dragons,
And
the names of characters, and that's about it.
Yeah, so the original book, Hiccup, so it is from the perspective of Hiccup, in which the movies are also the perspective of Hiccup after. He is telling stories about the dragons, and that's kind of...
Okay.
It is from the perspective of the world that used to have dragons.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't have dragons anymore, which the third movie wraps that up, and they kind of all go underground, which is a really interesting, like, end to it. They, like, stay, like, far, far, far away from people.
Gotcha.
But we see Toothless, which in the book he is what is known in the movies as a deadly natter. It's
Okay.
the little itty bitty dragons, so they made it like a full size rideable dragon, and they're all solid changes. They didn't really take they kind of just took the name, and the rest of the film is like its own thing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing this franchise that had all the right pieces actually make a good movie. When you think about these live actions that like have failed, you think of like The Lion King and
Pinocchio, Dumbo,
Pinocchio,
Mulan,
Dumbo, Mulan, Aladdin to a certain
Snow
extent.
White this year.
Snow White is probably not going to be very good. Um, these are all films that have something intrinsically wrong with them to where they cannot be put into live action.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's interesting is actually The Jungle Book is one of the only films that breaks this rule.
Yeah.
I think The Jungle Book is probably a 7.
Well, I think what it does is that like it obviously shows you everything that you loved about the
Mhm.
classic. It follows a bit more of, like the plot narrative and some of the fun stuff, but it knows it's a different movie. It knows so they have changes. We have spoiler for the Jungle Book, but I mean, come on. It you have more focus on like the wolf pack and the
Yeah.
relationship, the tigers hunt instead of just being like this like more
I
prideful
also,
character. I
for
guess.
some reason, don't mind the voice. Like, I will say, like Lion King and stuff. I wonder if they stylized, because the animals aren't really stylized in the Jungle Book, but I think it just works because it is a narrative that's based around being out in nature. I don't know, because and maybe it's because there's a human there to ground it.
I think that is.
But it's like weird because like these films, like I don't think Tarzan would work in live action. Not the way that they'd want to do it. They'd want to do it hyper realistic. They wouldn't do it stylized. So
I'd recommend The Legend of Tarzan. It came out about 10 years ago
but I'm talking about
with Margot Robbie.
I'm talking about Disney's trying to do it the way that they like
Get
movies where we have animals who are talking and they are like normal animals. It just doesn't work.
I think it would just look really bad, unfortunately, because I just think that would Disney's kind of stepped away from like practical stuff. So we would have full CG apes. I mean, that's not what you have to do, but then you'd have like a muscular dude swinging, and I bet the CGI would look bad and the physics and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
Like Tarzan's supposed to be a unit. He's supposed to walk and
Yeah.
do all his ape stuff. And if a guy's trying his hardest to be like that, he's gonna be slow and clunky.
yeah, and there are people who can imitate.
But Disney's not gonna get those guys. They never
well,
do.
it's funny enough because there's a lot of people from the Planet of the Apes movies who've got ape movement down really well.
But even so, like they're using stuff.
they're
like,
using stilts and stuff. There is a guy who, funny enough, he's on Instagram, and he's like a perfect, like he can like walk like an ape. It's pretty cool. It is possible, but it's going to be really hard to
Right.
get the Tarzan.
Uh-huh.
Like he's proportionally more like a gorilla than a human. Like it just
Right.
is true. The way that he walks and the way that he moves, you would have to actually find like a contortionist or
Right.
something who's like trained like as a gymnastic to be
But-
able to do it.
Yeah, and I guess just like what How to Train Your Dragon did right. Besides, like, again, like they stay pretty close to it, but like for the effects and stuff, they knew that like these are dragons, and also like dragons for like over 30 years now. I mean, even longer. They've always been that mythical creature, and I think like you were gonna get to the point about it was like that. The reason that some of that works better than other live actions is because like dragons don't exist. Like they're not real, So the fact that you see them in CGI and they stay pretty faithful to how they looked and the designs and stuff, they can work a bit more being these CGI creatures, and they did do a really good job with the emoting and the dragon riding scenes and everything. But like, it's just believable. Where like in Lion King, I know what like a lion looks like. I know what everything's looked like, and I get that like we have to make them emote because that's the problem with the Lion King was it was kind of boring. But like, it just I can't like convince myself. I can't
Yeah.
like use my imagination enough because I'm like watching the movie and the physics are telling me this. But I can believe a dragon in this Viking culture thing. Like, it makes sense maybe just because of like all the cult like magical like mystical like worlds and stuff that have been made recently. But like with dragons, but it's just like it's easier to believe it. And
Also, they
do
don't
it.
talk, which is a huge plus.
They're like pets.
Yeah, if Toothless could talk, it would make the
Oh.
movie bad.
Yeah.
It would make the original movie bad too.
But he
if
just does
could-
the little like noises
Yeah.
and the emotes, and we
and
feel
he
it.
sounds like a creature. It's like if they did the Lion King, except if it was all roars, I would probably be able, like, if there was actually no dialogue, right, and they just did roars, I think my brain would be way more down to believe that than it would have been like to the
Oh, like
dialogue.
my brain would have. I just would have been so pissed. I would
I
have
mean,
been like,
yeah, for sure. It would be unwatchable.
I'm watching the movie and I'm like, what? I
Bro,
spent
bro, bro,
$20
bro.
for this.
Ooh. And that's like all like but that's the thing is like animals make animal
Yeah.
sounds. They don't talk, obvious. But like
Mhm.
that is something that they like that's an intrinsic thing that they're gonna have to learn how to get around if
Right.
they're gonna keep doing these live action movies.
Funny enough, like we talked about a little bit, like our out of theater reviews, but we were like, oh, this movie's still pretty faithful, but it cut some of the fat from the other movie.
They trim a couple
It,
scenes.
but it actually is 20 minutes longer.
Interesting.
So I don't, you'd have to think about it. Maybe they just like let scenes sit a bit longer and stuff. About
Well, I feel like the boat scenes were added, where they're up in the mountains.
there's a bit more
because they're just like at the shore,
there's
right?
there,
In the original,
yeah, I think there's like some scenes where like I do feel like they paced it pretty well. Obviously in live action you're not gonna like match the same
oh,
timing
and
of
also
animation.
I do think I think it's paced very well. That was another big plus. Is I
Um,
think it was paced pretty well.
But yeah, I mean, I think some of the stuff just like when you're transcribing that stuff, I think
Mhm.
they just wanted to like add some more like stuff where like in animation you can believe this happens, but like in live action, it needs more time to sit a bit more for
Yeah.
for the editing. But like I don't know, tell us a bit like do you remember like what some of the changes were that were like just
Yeah,
just
so
people
there's
like who are looking forward to it if they had
there's a
seen
couple scenes where like there's a scene where like a deadly natter. Oh, deadly natters might be what Astrid flies.
the blue one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I haven't like actually like watched any classification of dragons in like forever. I used to be super into
Which
this.
ones are you talking about? Tell me
The little ones, the itty bitty ones. Are those are deadly netters? Are they? Let me search
the
this.
something terrors.
Oh yeah,
Deadly
yeah,
Terrors?
yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Sorry to the
yeah.
fans who watch that are actually
Listen, I love the franchise, but I cannot remember. I haven't watched a How to Train Your Dragon thing in like years. From How to Train Your Dragon. There we go. Okay, cool. I got it. So like there are these dragons called I'll probably edit this to make it easier. Yeah, Terrible Terrors.
terrible terrors.
Terrible Terrors are an interesting little dragon that is about the size of a cat. Like I said, that's originally, which I did get this wrong. The Terrible Terror is the original version of Toothless.
Okay.
But he shoots like there's like a throwaway scene where Toothless shoots like a ball of fire into one of them, and they like have a really bad reaction to it, and that leads Hiccup to find out that they're not
Fireproof.
they're not fireproof
On the inside. Yeah.
And then also I think there was more world building with the dragons than the original one. Like there is world building there as well, but there were less dragons when the original movie came out.
Gotcha.
So they gave a little bit more screen time to other dragons. But for the most part, it's pretty much
Right,
a beat
like,
for beat
it's
thing.
beat for beat. I mean, funny enough, we actually have a returning actor of Gerard Butler. Like he comes back to play Stoic, which I thought was great because he wasn't my like. I mean, everyone did a really good job. He wasn't my my standout character. He definitely was a unit though. I think I got to give my favorite character to Mason Thames, who played Hiccup. Like he just was
He really
good.
embodied the character.
Yeah.
It was a very good casting. And also what's interesting is I think if they continue the franchise and they do have adult Hiccup, I think he'll fit that
He'll be
role well
well,
too.
yeah, because he's like 18 or 17, 18
He's
years
17,
now.
yeah.
So if it takes like 2-3 years to make the next one, he'll be like at that young adult age. Because like, doesn't the second one only take place like a year later or something?
Hook Fang, that's the name of the monstrous nightmare that Snout has. Remember when I asked you that?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was that was been on my brain since we watched the movie.
He was
I could not
nerding out in
remember.
the car yesterday.
Yeah,
But yeah, like most of it's just like there's some small differences. Like obviously, like the twins aren't identical, but like they make a joke in there, so they make do with it, and they just go like, hey, let's just shift it. But none of the stuff where it's
I think they finally did the thing everybody's been asking for, and they just cast people who
are
played
good
the
actors.
roles well.
I think that's a
and
thing.
they all did a good job.
Yeah, I used to be a stickler before that stuff. And I think I still am sometimes. Like, there definitely be some beloved characters of mine that I'm like, don't change. But sometimes it's like, if you do a good performance in it, like I know you mentioned like that you wish Rough Nut had like her character wasn't as like changed as much, but like in other instances,
Mm.
like it's like
I
if
don't
you,
mind it as much. I thought I was gonna dislike it more. But they like actually like
everyone did a really solid job.
did a solid
They
job.
played the characters fun. I mean, the one who played Tough Nut was hilarious.
He was awesome, yeah.
And so just all these, all,
And
like,
Snotlout was really good.
yeah, they just did a really good job.
Um,
Fish Legs being like
Fish Legs did a
a
great job
simp for
too.
Hiccup.
Yeah, dude. We kept making jokes about that, but that happens in the original movie.
Yeah,
There's not a crazy amount to say here. They just did it right,
they did it right again.
and if you like the first movie, just go watch this. It's
a fun family movie. Like if you got family or you like just remember the old one and you want to like relive the nostalgia, it's not like one of those. And I get it. Like some people are like, well, why do I want to watch this? And if I don't want to watch, I could just watch the original at home. Fair, but dude, like you want a cool theater experience. You don't go see the movies a lot. This is a cool version of the OG movie, and it's a pretty good theater experience. And I just recommend it. It's fire.
So I think on this ending remark,
Yeah.
I'd like to say and ask, what dragon do you think you would tame in the world of
Ooh.
How to Train Your Dragons?
Do you have the names up?
I have a list.
Like
I have
the
a list of
breeds?
them.
I think
I can.
I'm not gonna go too crazy into like the. You can. I'm just gonna go.
So yeah,
for the base
I'll
people.
read you off them really quickly.
Just read me the base ones. You can.
So
go
obviously
deeper.
you could get a Night Fury.
I don't think I can handle.
You could get a Deadly Natter. You could get a Horrible Zippleback or a Hot Burble, which is the fatter version of a Gronkle. You could get a Gronkle. You could get a Monstrous Nightmare. You could get a Light Fury. You haven't seen the fourth movie or the third movie, but Stormcutter is a species of dragon, and that is what Hiccup's mom has.
Oh, the one with like this
the four
second
wings,
one.
yeah.
I want that one because one.
Rumblehorn as well.
I'm gonna do that one. The one you're talking about with Hiccup's mom. What's it called?
I think it's a cloud. Yeah, or Stormcutter, but the dragon's name in the movie is Cloud Jumper.
I think I could. I'm not saying I could tame it, but like everyone eventually does. I'm a bigger guy, so I'm gonna need a bigger dragon. I wouldn't mind doing that because that thing looks so cool.
Yeah, I would choose a Bewilderbeast. So no, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
I think if I were to have one, I'd want.
Nah, make it match your personality. That's what I did.
Okay, wait. Then shouldn't I give you one and then you give me one?
No, you can choose one that you want, and then we can say what our
I think I would like a Thunder Drum, a title class dragon.
You know what? I could see you doing a Thunder Drum.
Stoic gets one.
And you look like Stoic.
Either a Thunder Drum or I'd want like a Snap a Trap or a Trapper or whatever, a Snap Trapper. That's the one with the 4 heads. It's
you know what? Just
dragon.
give me one of the big-headed baby dragons.
Oh yeah,
silly looking fish dragons.
I think I would have a Thunder Drum or a Whispering Death because the Whispering Deaths are scary, but they have a really easy take care of guide. They just like getting their teeth brushed.
I remember seeing that.
Which is cute.
Fire.
But yeah, I don't know. Put down in the comments what dragon you think you would want.
Yeah, and if you don't, and if you want to name other dragons like Big Dragon, Red Dragon, Smaug from Hobbit.
Snotlout.
They start just like doing like Aragon.
And
you're like, no, guys, How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I think I would tame Vermithor or whatever. What is that's his name, isn't it? Vermithor?
The bronze one.
Yeah.
From Hot D.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get you on Game of Thrones. But later, because that's like not dragony.
No, Vagar.
Vagar, that's what you're probably thinking.
No, Vermithor is the one that's
the gold one.
Yeah, the one at the end that has he's just as old as or almost as old as Vagar.
I want you know what? I want Cyrax. The long.
Are they making more of that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Season 3 coming soon, which means another podcast.
Yeah, we'll do an episode over it.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. Please go watch Dragons.
Yeah, go check it out. And I know that we're a bit disorganized here in the podcast. We just kind of like to have fun talking.
We just
check out our letterboxes.
Yeah, because maybe the next video might be awful.
Probably will be
because we're watching Megan 2.0.
Oh yeah, I gotta make this man go to watch Megan. It'll be fun.
No, it won't. It's gonna be so bad.
But it's gonna be funny hearing you talk about it.
I'm gonna probably be in a bad mood.
Oops, I did it again. Megan. All right, guys.
Awful.
I was Christian.
I was Cooper.
And this was the real
Deal.
Keeping It Short.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See y'all later.